Everybody, Madison here with Health by Ratio, and in this video, we're going to be talking all about machine-based leg exercises. So my team, before jumping into that, my team and I, we consist of licensed physical therapists, corrective exercise and movement specialists, functional health coaches, and we work 100% online with our clients for the purposes of creating holistic programs to bridge the gap between chronic and recurring injuries and pains and move them outside of that rehabilitation process and then progress them toward their functional fitness goals so that they can enjoy the activities that they love. And we take that approach from not only the physical side, but also the nutritional and the mental emotional side and create a well-balanced plan to do so. And sometimes with our clients' programs, especially around their fitness goals, it's not as much about what they should be doing, it's also about what they should not be doing. And one of those things is doing those bloody leg exercises that are at the gym. The reason why this topic got prevalent for this week was I was just having a conversation with one of our clients who's been doing really great. He has his name's Aaron. He has an extensive background in yoga. He loves it, but he's also trying to get in better shape. He wants to do some strength training. He wants to stabilize his body in some more holistic ways, not just doing yoga, although he wants to continue to progress in yoga, but he feels like he needs to get stronger. He feels like he needs to develop some strength and some actual, like, getting a little bit more lean and tone, all that good stuff. Well, for him, because his background, like, he's a phenomenal yogi, but he doesn't have as much of a background in strength training. And for any of us that don't have a ton of knowledge in various free weight exercise and that kind of stuff, the things that we go to at the gym are the machines. And he was asking us the other day, he was like, man, every time I'm working out, I just feel like I tighten up. I feel like things are stiffening me up. They hurt my back, or they tighten up my hips. I don't feel like the coming days, I don't feel better from the workout. And it's not like a good muscle soreness. It tightens me up in the wrong way. And so I was like, well, okay, is that the case when you're working out with us? Because we do one-on-one workout calls with them and that kind of stuff. And he's like, no, I feel great when I'm doing those. I feel better. But whenever I'm at the gym, I don't. I'm like, okay, well, what is it that you're doing? Are you doing the workouts that we're teaching you? And he was like, well, no, I tend to still gravitate toward those machines, especially like the leg presses, the leg extensions, the leg curls, the like abductor, adductor, like the seated leg machines that all of us do. And I was like, oh, that's your problem, man. I'm like, those guys, you got to avoid like the plague. They're moving you in the wrong direction. Even though they're quote unquote more stable, they are. I mean, we're in a seated position, we're offloaded. They're not functional at all. Like, when you are exercising your legs, you're supposed to engage your core to stabilize you. Like, every time you do a squat or you do a hip hinge, or you're doing a lunge, your core is stabilizing you. When you're sitting on a machine, that's not what engages your core at all. So it's not functional. You're just isolating muscle groups. Also, they tend to tighten us up and strengthen the things that we don't need. If you think about it, most of us, and Aaron included, we sit in front of our computers a lot, or we're driving a lot, or we're taking a load off at the end of the day and sitting on our couch. What we don't need to do is go to the gym and then sit down and then do some arm presses, or do some leg presses, or do some leg extensions, or do some seated rows. Like, we don't need to sit more. We need to get up. We need to move. We need this body to get functional and get up onto our feet, or get down on the ground, whatever the exercise entails. But sitting is not the answer. And then also, when we're seated, especially in those leg exercises, it makes us be incredibly quad dominant in general, with the exception of hamstring curls. That obviously works our hamstrings. But the thing that turns off is our big butt muscle. Biggest, most important muscle in our body are these glutes. I mean, it's massively important in how it stabilizes us. Like, when we're working on our clients with their rehabilitating from injuries, the first thing that we all often have to do is stabilize and balance out their glutes. We got to get them firing correctly, whether it has to do with their feet, their knees, their hips, their back, their shoulders, their neck. It almost always, there's a linchpin coming from the glutes. So we got to engage them. We got to strengthen them. And when we're sitting throughout the day, they shut off. And then even when we stand up and walk around, they won't activate well. We'll recruit other areas of the body instead of the glutes. So we need to wake them up. That's the purpose of our workouts, is to get this thing going. But then on the fitness side, our glutes are really important no matter what our fitness goal is. Obviously, if I want to develop my butt, I want to have look better in my jeans, I gotta work on my glutes. But it also, that big muscle burns a ton of calories. The bigger the muscle, the more calories it burns. So the more more calories and more fat I'm going to burn off and get more lean and tone, all that good stuff. And then also, if I want to build muscle, I want to work on my biggest muscle tissues, because the more so I do, the more natural anabolic hormones I'm going to produce. I'm going to produce more testosterone, more HGH, and just naturally. That's what your body does. Obviously, like that, I'm not. It's not an unhealthy. It's naturally what our bodies are going to do. So it's going to benefit my whole body from head to toe. I'm going to put on more muscle because I have more anabolic growth hormones flowing through me, so it's going to build more muscle tissue in a good way. Obviously, that doesn't necessarily mean, like, ladies, don't think that that means you're going to turn into He-Man or anything like that. You just might get nice lean and tone. Your levels of anabolic hormone production are going to be different than a young male's, but like, still, it's relative to you. It's going to improve your goal in your fitness goals. So our glutes are hugely important, and our glutes only activate when we extend our hips. So when I go from a flex position to an extended position or an extended position, that's when my butt is actually engaging. Well, what happens when we're on a leg press machine? When I'm on a leg press machine, I sit here and I press my legs out and then pull them in. At no point am I extending my hips at all. I'm essentially going like this the whole time. I'm just bent at the waist. So the only thing that's happening is I'm bending and extending my knees. That's all quads. That's the only thing that's working. I am not engaging my glutes at all. I'm barely touching the hamstrings here. So there's no activation back here. And then obviously in a leg extension, there's nothing going on. It's all quads. I'm not touching my glutes. In fact, I'm just tightening up my hip flexors, which makes it even harder for my glutes to fire when I start moving around in my daily life. If I'm doing a hamstring curl, I'm bent at the waist and I'm curling the hamstring curls. Even the variations where we're laying on our stomach on those machines and then we're going in the hamstring curl, we're still kind of bent at the waist the whole time. The glutes don't activate. It's just isolating the hamstring. So we miss the biggest, most important muscle in our body. And don't even get me started on the adductor and abductor machines. Those things are essentially a waste of time. We sit and then we just work these little teeny muscle groups on either side of the hips. Like, much better to do a lateral lunge or a curtsy lunge or a sumo squat, or there's a million exercises that will work your whole legs in function and hit your adductors and abductors. So those guys are a complete waste of time. But the leg press in particular does not engage the glutes. I think it should be criminal when they have those little panels up on the next to the machines that highlight, like, they'll highlight the muscles that you're working, and the leg press will show quads, glutes, hamstrings. It is not working your glutes and your hamstrings. It's all quads. So we want to do more functional work. Obviously, what's appropriate for us. Does everyone need to be doing barbell back squats and need to be doing lunge jumps and crazy step ups and that? No, obviously we need to build function and stability first before we're progressing. But doing more standing, even if it's assisted, like holding on to a TRX and going in and out of assisted squats or an assisted lunge or hip hinges or glute bridges or whatever, like, we want to do exercises appropriate for us, but that are working our biggest, most important tissues and opening up our hips to counterbalance this position throughout our day. So guys, if you want some more help on what you should specifically be doing in your own workouts or not be doing in your workouts, that's what we help everybody in for free. We offer 2 consultation calls with myself and my team where we find out about your goals, the direction you want to go in, also what your body has been through over the years. And then we set you up with another call where you and I connect and we go through a video assessment to see how and why your body is moving the way it does. So we put you through a number of assessments, range of motion tests, movement assessments, and then on that call, we create a game plan together on what you need to do on the mobility side, as well as the exercise side, to move yourself back into full range of stable motion. So if you're interested in that, we'll put a link to our calendar below this video where you can select a day and time that works best for you. I can't wait to see you there. Enjoy the rest of your day.